Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Pop Culture at Home. Today we are joined by the always fabulous Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Thank you so much for being here today, Cynthia.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
And today I'm excited because we are here to chat about your new drink with 𝐒𝐿's Escape for Mother's Day with your peach Bellini flavor. It sounds delicious. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about the drink?
I absolutely can. This is my signature drink, peach Bellini from 𝐒𝐿's Escape. And we started this partnership, I think around 2018. And it has been amazing. What I love about working with 𝐒𝐿's is I love the fact that they are very much about women empowerment. We have done tours, that we're doing virtual tours. Hopefully we'll get back in the streets soon. The world is starting to go back to, being normal again. Mm-hmm. So with that said, yes, this was an amazing opportunity for me. We have grown together. Now I'm actually officially the brand ambassador for all of the entire 𝐒𝐿's Escape line.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Yeah. Yes, it's good. It's a great product. It's a good fit. I'm a housewife. I like a good cocktail. 𝐒𝐿's knows how to make one. So it was a win-win situation.
For sure. And it's called the Mimosa, right?
Mimosa, yes. For in the spirit of Mother's Day, for all the moms out there, being a mother is one of my most important jobs. Along with 𝐒𝐿's put together, we created the Mimosa, which is basically just any of the 𝐒𝐿's Escape flavors. Half just put in a wine glass or a champagne glass with a sparkling white wine or a champagne. So just half 𝐒𝐿's Escape peach Bellini or any flavor of your choice, and half sparkling wine or either champagne. It's delicious.
That sounds so good. And
it's so good.
The Bellinis, I'm such a Bellini girl, so I'm so into that.
You can add fruit to it. You can really have a lot of fun with it. And it's only about 6% alcohol. So, if you just want to decompress and you don't want to get lit, it's perfect. It's perfect. But if you want to layer it up, then, we have other little recipes that include vodka or tequila, if it's time to, turn up a little bit more. But if you just want like a nice little afternoon drink or a Sunday brunch drink, I highly recommend the Mimosa for Sunday for Mother's Day.
Oh, yes, that sounds fantastic. Sounds like the perfect drink to enjoy in the day. How are you going to be celebrating Mother's Day aside from enjoying some mimosas?
Actually, I'm going to be celebrating with my mom this year, with my mom. And with my other siblings, we're going to go to her house. And, we told her she can't cook anything. She just has to kick back and we're going to do all the work. I'm going to make my famous potato salad. I love steamed cabbage. I make a really good steamed cabbage. I love cornbread. I actually basically like Thanksgiving dinner, but like every Sunday. So it's going to be, we may have like some turkey and dressing. We haven't decided everything yet, but my mom is not allowed to cook. So I'm going to be celebrating with her.
That sounds so fun. Yeah. And will your daughter be there to celebrate with you too?
I'm not sure. My daughter's in Los Angeles. My husband is actually in LA right now. So after Mother's Day, I'm going to be headed out to LA. It looks like I'm just going to be with my mom and my siblings this go round. But trust and believe, when I do get out to LA with my family out there, we'll probably, I'm sure they'll take me to dinner or something. I feel like every day is Mother's Day. Honestly, I feel like as much as moms do, one day a year is not enough. Moms should always be saluted and celebrated and honored because we do a lot. We are the backbone of the family in so many ways. I feel like we really take on a lot. So every day is Mother's Day for me.
Oh, for sure. I could not agree more. Big shout out to the moms.
Yes.
And I did want to backtrack a little bit just because I should have introduced you as Mrs. Bailey Hill.
How is Newlywed 6 months in?
Yes. How is Newlywed going with Mike?
It's going really well. We are married officially about 6 months now. You guys, I don't think anyone will ever forget 10-10-20. I think I talked about it quite a bit. But yes, 6 months in, the world is starting to go back to being a little more normalized. So I'm starting to get busy again. So one of the things I can say about, my second marriage, this is my second time around, is just making sure I make time to create that balance and make sure, I am doing what I need to do to stay married. Getting married is part of it. Staying married is where the real work begins. And, as an entrepreneur, I'm pulled in a lot of different directions, but I have to make sure that I pull myself towards my husband on a regular basis as well, because, you know, he is a priority as well. And I have to spend, you know, we have to spend time together.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yes. And I know that the most recent episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, we have the reunion going on. You did get to talk about your wedding and how there was a little bit of criticism there for it being during the pandemic. So I was wondering for you how that felt, even having to address that or going through that, especially since it's something so special to you.
You know what? I knew that I was going to get some criticism and some pushback. I realized, you know, I got married in the middle of a pandemic. You know, timeline wise, you know, everything leading up to that wedding, we initially, when we set our date, we thought that, like most people thought, that we wouldn't be in COVID by the time I got to 10/10/20. So with that said, you know, at that point for me, once I realized not only was the, not only did I realize we're going to still be in COVID, I realized that most people didn't know when it was going to be over. So I decided, well, my husband and I decided, you know what, how do we have this wedding and be COVID-19 conscious? Since, you know, I don't know about you guys, even though we have a vaccine, I don't think I'll ever fly without a mask again. I think some of the things that happened during the pandemic is just never going to change or ever go back to the same. You know, the world has changed. So my goal was, how can I have this wedding and have the wedding that I want on the date that I want, and take all the measures that I can to make sure that my guests are safe? And by the grace of God, it worked out for me. We spent, instead of me agonizing over what the food was going to be and, you know, how many dresses I was going to wear, it all kind of, the attention really went to COVID-19 and putting everything that I could put in place that was available to me to make sure that my guests that they were healthy and safe. And, you know, it's interesting because honestly, when we planned the wedding and decided to go through with it, we just assumed nobody was really going to come. You know, we're like, okay, most of our guests are from out of town and we are in the middle of a pandemic. So we're like, you know what, we'll throw the invite out there. Maybe 20% of the people may come. Everybody came. Everybody came that we invited, because at that point, you know, people have been stuck in the house for 6 to 7 months. And they were like, you know what, give me my mask, my shield, and, you know, I'll get tested. I'll do whatever I have to do. And it just ended up being, you know, we ended up having a great time. My guests had a great time. And I think the only regret, I try not to live with regrets, but I think the only regret that I do have, just because of some of the pushback that I got from the press, is going back. I think the only thing that I would have done differently is I would have made it mandatory for everyone to get tested, even though everyone was fine, just to take that pressure off. But that was really the only thing. We did encourage everyone, but we couldn't say, you know, hey, you cannot come if you do not get tested, because some people didn't want to get tested, you know, but they kept their mask on, they kept their shields on. So it worked out. It worked out by the grace of God. And we had our perfect, you know, wedding on our perfect day.
And I love hearing that too. And that's kind of, you know, the most important part is that it was a lovely day for you. Everyone was safe, you know, so I'm glad.
Yeah, it really was. And I in no way, you know, took the pandemic lightly. I didn't know like, I just want to do this because I just feel like doing it. You know, for me, again, you know, there was a lot, we were still learning about, you know, everything that was going on with COVID at that time. And it just didn't seem like it was going to go away anytime soon. So I was like, you know what, let's just figure this out. And now I'm kind of like the COVID-19 bride, because now I have all these other brides that are getting married that push their wedding back. And they're like, what do you do? What did you put in place for your wedding? I want to follow everything that you did, Cynthia, because I ended up having a successful wedding at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So I've, you know, become the kind of go-to for the bride.
Trendsetter.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we want the Cynthia Bailey formula. So, but it's good. God is good.
Yes, definitely. And I did want to ask, before I do let you go, I know we mentioned a little bit about Real Housewives All-Stars.
Yes.
I literally could not be more excited. When I saw the cast and everything, I was like, this is my Avengers right here. So this is like insane being able to talk to you right now. I did want to ask, since filming just recently took place, you know, I was wondering if you could like maybe sum up the experience for you, like in one word or in a sentence, like how was it for you?
Oh, and one word, epic, without question. One of the great things about the housewife mashup is, you know, we're all divided up in different franchises. So we never get to come together in one house together. So this is going to be epic for the fans. I think the fans they've been waiting for something like this for a long time. So I was really excited and very honored to be a part of the first one, because I'm sure there'll be, you know, many after us. So I think we kind of set the bar high. I think we really did. We definitely had a good time. And, yeah, of course, some drama, you know, that always, if you put some housewives together, there's going to be drama. But I think this is very timely, and kudos to Bravo and Peacock for figuring it out, because, I mean, I'm a housewife and I would watch, you know, a show like this where you just throw a bunch of housewives from different franchises together and just see what happens. So stay tuned.
Oh my gosh, we'll definitely be watching. I literally cannot wait for that. It's going to be the event of
It'll be worth the wait. It will be worth the wait.
Oh my gosh. So we'll definitely be looking out for that. Real Housewives of Atlanta is wrapping up soon. We have the last reunion episode. We have our 𝐒𝐔𝐁𝐒𝐿 escapes, Peach Bellini. We got Mother's Day coming up. So many exciting things. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today, Cynthia. It was a pleasure. Stay tuned on popculture.com for more on Cynthia, Real Housewives, and everything that you need to know.